Have you ever found yourself in a relationship, friendship, or situationship, where you kept asking yourself, why do I feel like I'm losing myself? That might be God warning you, because narcissists don't always come in devil horns. Sometimes, they show up in a nice smile and a well-timed Bible verse. Here are 7 powerful, emotional signs that God is warning you about a narcissist, with real-life dialogue examples that might sound painfully familiar. 1. Your spirit feels uneasy, even when they're being nice.
You're overreacting again. I was just joking. Don't be so sensitive.
Yeah, I guess I just took it the wrong way.
But inside, you feel that familiar knot in your stomach. You smile, but it's hollow. You laugh, but it doesn't reach your eyes.
Why do I feel so small every time he talks to me? Why does being around him feel like I'm slowly disappearing? Am I really the problem, or is my spirit trying to speak to me?
Sometimes it's not what they say, it's how you feel afterward. You start doubting your tone, your words, your very being, and they're just sitting there, calm, like nothing happened. That's not peace. That's spiritual agitation. God is not the author of confusion, He's the giver of peace. If your soul feels disturbed even in their kindness, it's not a random mood swing, it's a divine warning. You see, God speaks in whispers, and one of the clearest ways He speaks is through peace. Not the peace that looks like silence after the fight, but the peace that sits in your spirit, calm, steady, unshaken. If you constantly feel anxious, walking on eggshells, second-guessing your thoughts, that's your soul screaming what your mind is too afraid to accept. This is not safe. This is not love. This is not of God. Don't ignore that unrest. Don't silence your intuition, because sometimes, the uneasiness is the evidence. 2. They use your love against you.
I didn't appreciate how you spoke to me in front of everyone today.
Wow, so now you're attacking me. After everything I do for you. If you really loved me, you'd support me, not embarrass me.
I'm not trying to fight, I just wanted to talk about it.
This is exactly why I don't open up to you. You're too emotional. You make everything about you.
Am I being too emotional? Maybe I should have just let it go. Why does love feel like walking through glass barefoot?
When love starts feeling like a negotiation, when you're forced to prove your loyalty by staying silent through your own pain, that's not love. That's emotional blackmail. Narcissists are master manipulators. They'll weaponize your heart against you, twist your compassion into guilt, use your forgiveness as a license to hurt you again. They don't apologize, they reverse the blame. God created love to build you, not break you down. If someone consistently turns accountability into an attack, if they shame you for expressing your needs, that's not partnership. That's emotional captivity. And here's the painful part. They know you love deeply. They know you'll try harder, so they use your love, not to grow closer, but to maintain control. God is not in the business of manipulation. He doesn't guilt you into staying where your soul is slowly dying. He exposes what's hurting you so He can heal you, but He can't heal what you keep defending. 3. You keep praying for clarity, and things keep falling apart.
God, if this isn't for me, show me. I don't want to waste any more time. But if this is who you want me to be with, please give me peace. Message text. You're always overthinking. I need space. Don't blow up my phone. How did we go from, I love you, to, you're too much? Why does it feel like the more I pray, the more distant they become? Is this God answering me in silence?
Let's be honest, you've fasted. You've cried. You've journaled. You've begged God to fix it. But instead of clarity, things just seem to fall apart, again and again. That's not punishment. That's protection. Sometimes, God doesn't speak through a yes or no, He speaks through closed doors, dropped calls, and sudden chaos in places where you were pretending everything was okay. Every time it falls apart, you rebuild. But what if God is trying to stop the rebuilding, because He knows that foundation was never safe to begin with? God is not ignoring you. He's answering louder than you realize. And the longer you hold on, the more pieces He has to let you break through before you finally surrender. Sometimes clarity doesn't come in words. It comes in everything falling apart, so that you can finally come back together. 4. You feel distant from God when you're with them.
I think I'll go to the service today. It's been a while.
Seriously, you're one of those people now. All churchy and holy. Don't forget who you really are.
I feel like I need it.
What you need is to stop pretending. You only run to God when things get hard. Besides, what kind of God lets relationships fall apart like this?
Why do I feel so far from God lately? I used to feel him when I prayed. Now it's like the line's gone dead. Is he even listening anymore?
Let me ask you something. When was the last time you felt God clearly, while they were still in your life? When was the last time you prayed without fear of judgment, worshipped without shame, heard his voice without theirs drowning it out? Because God will never send someone who pulls you away from him. Narcissists don't just drain your emotions. They starve your spirit. You start skipping prayer because you're afraid they'll mock you. You hide your faith because it makes them uncomfortable. You stop going to church, stop reading scripture, stop journaling, not because you stopped believing, but because you started shrinking. God does not call you into relationships where you must dim your light to keep the peace, where the only way to be loved is to disconnect from your faith. That's not unity. That's spiritual manipulation.
May God favor you in everything. God bless you.
You were thriving, then you met them, and your light got quiet. Not because God left, but because you let someone sit on the throne of your heart where only he belongs. When someone costs you your closeness with God, that is too expensive to keep. God will never bless a bond that makes you abandon him. So if you feel distant from heaven every time they're near, that's not coincidence. That's a spiritual warning. 5. They isolate you from people who truly care.
Hey, miss you. Are you okay? Can we catch up this weekend?
Still talking to her. She's jealous of what we have. Always in your business.
She's been my friend for years.
And where was she when you were at your lowest? I'm the one who's here now. You really think she wants what's best for you?
He used to be my safe space. Why do I feel like I have to choose between him and everyone who loves me? Why am I suddenly so alone?
One of the earliest, and most dangerous, signs God will show you, is isolation disguised as intimacy. At first, it feels like they just want you all to themselves. They say they care. They say they're protecting you. But little by little, your world gets smaller. They turn your friends into enemies. They plant doubt in your heart about your family. They repaint love as disloyalty and call it boundaries. But God doesn't isolate you, he surrounds you with wise counsel, with loving community, with voices that speak truth. If the person you're with pulls you away from everyone who truly knows you, that's not protection. That's possession. And here's what hurts most. You start believing the lie that your people don't get you, that no one but them understands. And that's exactly how the enemy works. Divide and conquer. But here's the truth. God gave you those relationships for a reason. He planted you in community for protection, not control. God's love draws you into light. The enemy's counterfeit love pulls you deeper into darkness, quietly, but intentionally. So if you look around and realize you're all alone, it may be time to ask, who led me here? 6. You constantly feel like you're not enough, no matter what you do.
I thought we could have a nice dinner, just us. I even got that dessert you like.
You should have asked me first. I'm not in the mood. Why do you always try so hard to fix things that aren't even broken?
I just wanted us to feel okay again.
Well, maybe if you actually listened sometimes, we wouldn't have to fix anything.
I try everything. I dress how they like. I speak softer. I apologize first. Why does nothing I do ever feel enough?
Let me tell you something. Love should never make you feel like you're constantly auditioning for approval. It should never feel like you're walking a tightrope, afraid that one wrong step will make them stop loving you. Let me tell you something. Love should never make you feel like you're constantly auditioning for approval. It should never feel like you're walking a tightrope, afraid that one wrong step will make them stop loving you.
Thank you again. Let's meet next week. I'm so grateful to be here today. I don't take it for granted. May God bless you all.
If you constantly feel like who you are, your voice, your heart, your presence, as too much or never enough, that is not love, that is emotional erosion. God created you fearfully and wonderfully. Not so someone could rebuild you in their image. Here's what most don't realize: the more you compromise just to keep peace, the further you drift from the peace of God. God never meant for you to perform to be loved. He meant for you to be loved as you are, growing, yes, but never disappearing. If they make you feel like a burden, like your best is never enough, that's not your failure. That's their design. And sometimes, God lets the pain grow so loud, because He knows it's the only thing strong enough to break the lie, that you have to earn the love He's already given. 7. Every time you try to leave, something pulls you back, but it's never peace.
I'm sorry. I can't do this anymore. I need to choose myself. I hope you find peace.
Please don't do this. I know I haven't been perfect, but I'm trying. You're the only one who's ever believed in me. Don't give up on us.
I can't keep doing this. It's killing me.
It's not just about you. Relationships take work. You walk away now, you'll regret it. No one else will love you the way I do.
What if he is right? What if I'm making a mistake? What if leaving means I'll lose something God actually sent?
Let me say this plainly: God's love does not manipulate you to stay where His peace has left. Every time you try to walk away, the tears, the guilt, the hope that maybe this time they'll change, it grabs you. But let's be honest, you're not held by love. You're held by fear, by history, by the illusion of potential. And yet, every time you stay, your soul gets quieter, your confidence dims, your faith feels further away. God doesn't answer confusion with peace. He doesn't trap you in cycles that leave you depleted. When it's from Him, leaving doesn't feel like defeat. It feels like freedom. The enemy will always send a counterfeit right before the real thing. And he'll dress it in charm, in passion, in just enough truth to make you stay. But God gives you peace that doesn't bargain. If this message found you at the right moment, if you felt seen, convicted, or comforted, subscribe to this channel. We don't just talk about relationships here, we talk about healing, about purpose, about what it looks like to walk with God after the damage is done. Your healing journey matters, your voice matters, you matter, so stay. Grow with us, let's break every chain together, one truth at a time.